Hello and welcome to Deck Builders San Diego, where we talk all things outdoor living. Today we're going to tackle a planning question that comes up all the time when we meet with homeowners. Should you build the deck or the patio first? If you are trying to design a full backyard with both, getting the order right will save you money and frustration. Let's start with your house and your doors. Stand at the main door you plan to use to access the backyard. Is there a big drop down to the yard, or is it just a small step? When the drop is significant, a deck often makes the most sense as the first step in the project, because a deck can easily match the height of the doorway and bridge down to the yard with stairs or landings. Once that structure is set, you can tie a patio into the bottom of the stairs or to a landing at the right height. If your back door is already close to ground level, a patio may be the better place to start. Concrete or paver patios do a great job creating a tough, long-lasting surface for tables, chairs, and grills when you do not need to solve a big height change. In those cases, the deck, if you still want one, might become a small step-up platform or a secondary feature instead of the main outdoor floor. Now let's talk drainage. Water always wins if you do not plan for it. Patios need a proper slope away from the house so water does not pool or run toward your foundation. Decks need footings, posts, and framing that do not sit in water or block drainage routes. When we design both together at Tough Deck Builders San Diego, we start by deciding the final heights of both surfaces and how water will move between and around them. Sometimes that means building the deck first, sometimes the patio, but the key is that the decision is driven by slope and drainage, not just looks. There is also the question of structure and future plans. If you know you will eventually want a pergola, a covered porch, or even a sunroom, we think through how those loads will be carried. A deck designed for a future roof or shade structure may need larger footings and beams, which is much easier to handle before a patio is poured right next to it. In other cases, the patio might be the main base for an outdoor kitchen, and the deck just needs to meet it cleanly at one edge. Material choices play into this too. On many projects, we see a composite deck connected to a concrete or paver patio. Composite surfaces, including options from brands like TimberTech, work well for upper or primary decks where you want a comfortable, low-maintenance surface under bare feet. The patio below can then handle heavy furniture, grills, and high traffic without worrying about board spacing or framing. Planning both at once lets us line up joints, steps, and railings so everything feels like one continuous outdoor room. If you are standing in your backyard trying to picture which one should come first, it can feel like a lot of moving parts. That is why we look at your door heights, yard slope, and long-term plans before making a recommendation. Sometimes the right answer is deck first, then patio, and sometimes it is the opposite. The main goal is to avoid building one in a way that limits or complicates the other later. If you would like help sorting this out for your home, you can reach our team at 619-983-6535 or visit htf/toughdeckbuilderssandiego.com. At Tough Deck Builders San Diego, we design decks and patios together so they work as a single outdoor living space, not as separate pieces forced to fit. When you get the sequence right and plan around height, drainage, and structure, you end up with a backyard that looks clean, feels comfortable, and holds up over time. Thanks for listening to Deck Builders San Diego, and we will talk with you in the next episode.